You want to be a leader, but are you a good follower? That's important. Talking about my journey from a follower to a leader. My name is Kenya Simmons. Just a little bit about me. I'm currently a senior managed IT manager at Gilead in Raleigh, North Carolina. I previously worked for Honeywell as a project manager, and I've had a series of roles at Cincinnati Children's Hospital. I've worked at Sun Chemical and as well as General Motors, all in a continuous improvement background. And some of my accomplishments are, of course, I've saved millions and millions of dollars for different companies. But the one that I truly, truly enjoy and I feel more accomplished is being a big brother, big sister, being a mentor to my big sister, and also being a dance leader. So I like to teach dance as well. In addition to traveling, as you can currently see, I love to travel and I love being my mom's and dad baby girl. That is one of my biggest accomplishments that I absolutely love. So let's get into it. Let's talk about being a leader. What is more important, being a leader or being a follower? So think about that for a quick second. Great leaders start off as great followers. Please know and understand that they do. In that, as a follower, you play a critical part in the decision making of a company because we are the ones who bring the data, bring the information to our leaders. And leaders are not just creating more followers. No, we are creating more leaders, more visionaries to help and assist us have the company grow. And know this that sometimes of course, people want to be leaders, but however, not leaders. Some leaders should not be a leader because they don't make good leaders. So just think about that when you are thinking about whether or not you want to be an actual leader in the company. In that, looking at the leadership, one of the crucial things that I think that people so oftentimes forget is fellowship. We often have all these articles, all these books on leadership, but this is the critical link that I think in the leadership process is being a follower because you are actually being supportive and adhering to some of the things that the leader actually says and being supportive, a team member, a team player. So that for me is the critical point and value in the leadership process. Let's take a second to define followership because a lot of people don't really know followership. And it's an individual who intentionally coordinates their actions and it goes with others. So we come in with our own agenda. We come in and thinking that these are the things that we actually want to work on. But as an effective leader, it's important that we have these goals and missions and objectives for those who are following us. And then we take the what our goals are as a follower and as a leader. We have to intentionally merge those two together. It's important that as a follower that you are not a brown noser, you're not one that criticizes the leaders. Of course, that happens, but make sure that your intentions are aligned, your intentions and your goals are aligned with that of the leader. That's a followership. In that, we're going to dive a little bit into the types of followership. We have those who are, unfortunately, that will stab you in your back, domination type of the fear of survival. Back is against the wall. They often look at it as a person who have a rank, follower, just because this is my boss. I got to do it because this is my boss. That's the type of follower. Then you have the individual, what's in it for me? Like, okay, I have what I want, I have what I need. Now I'm going to move on. There's nothing left that you can teach me. I'm going to go to another group. And that's the expertise. I have to move forward in my own personal goals. And then you have a follower who's of the power. They will leave the leader when there's no longer anything for them to help them with, like, okay, fine, I got what I want, I'm going to move on. Then for me, this is who I am. I am the type of leader who, a follower, who wants to help my leader achieve their goals, achieve their mission, achieve their goals. And that's why people follow people like Martin Luther King, Mother Teresa, because they believed into their what they stood for. These are the type of fellowship. in that, look at some of the great followers that were leaders that were once followers. Everyone knows Oprah Winfrey. And at one point in time, you would hear Oprah Winfrey constantly talking about Mary Tyler Moore, talk about Cicely Tyson and Barbara Walters, people that they followed in the media. And now she's a billionaire. We look at Vera Wayne. She initially started off at Vogue, working at the magazine, and then she worked into Ralph Lauren. Now she makes almost $74 million a year. And then you have Peggy Chern, who was once an engineering student. Her father and her husband at one point purchased what they call at the time was Panda Inn, and then she began to help them out, and then she moved into the organization. She was once a follower, now she's a leader, and has been a president. She became a president in 1997, and now look at Panda Express. Matter of fact, I might go to Panda Express after after this conference, after this meeting, and they now have a net revenue of 3 billion in sales right now. So some of the leaders that we know today were once followers. So, how can you be a good leader? Just think about an organization that you're currently in. Think about the reason why you are following a particular group. Think why you continue to follow that particular group. And think about some of the qualities that you admire about within a leader. Let's ponder on that for a second. For me, I like quotes. Absolutely love quotes. And I love this quote that he who thinks he leads but has no followers is only taking a walk. And if while you were thinking about some of those leadership qualities, of course, it's honesty, there's compassion, there's courage, there's passion and enthusiasm, there's trust, there's respect. So just keep in mind, some of those same qualities that you expect in a leader are the same qualities that we expect in a follower to set. It's the same expectations for us. Now, everybody knows about Instagram, and you follow people on Instagram. I follow people on Instagram. You follow people on Instagram. By following someone on Instagram, does that make you a good follower? Hmm? No, it actually probably makes you nosy because you're trying to look into people's lives. At least I kind of do, and that's also my way of getting some of the news because I don't watch the news. I just kind of go through my timeline, but that doesn't make me a good follower per se. It is actually just looking into their lives or again getting an update on information. But some of the characteristics of that is I can think about a time where I was working at one of the companies I was previously employed by, and my VP came to me and he said, "Kenya, I have a problem with a customer. They're not getting their orders. I need your help." That's the only direction they gave me is who what the customer was and that the orders were not being filled and I need to fix it. So I in turn had to go to the customer, find out the information that I actually need to be found out about, take responsibility for us getting the orders late, being accountable for our actions as a company for the delay of parts because it was a platinum customer who would like gives us like $1 million in sales every month. And so did not want to lose that customer. So I went down to where that customer was, flew down there, helped them out, was able to get everything back on track, and then I went at the time that I went to the customer, I literally said to the customer, "Hey, I know you have some ordering issues. However, if you would, instead of ordering expedite all the time, which will cause a delay because the turnaround time for us is less than 24 hours to get something shipped out to you." So I had the courage to say to this particular customer, "Could you please work with us so we can ensure that you get your orders on time?" So that coverage is important. And then making sure I take some action, which was going down there. And in the end, my leader, he was definitely pleased. We never lost a customer. So those are some characteristics of being a follower when your visionary, your leader, your VP gives you some direction. For me, I used to run track in high school. I used to run track in high school. I used to run a 4x4 100 and a 4x4 relay. And I remember our word was spud, and that was the word that we would give when we would pass the baton. And sometimes I would run the first leg, the second leg, and sometimes the anchor leg, which is the last leg. And it varied different certain weeks. Somebody else was faster than me, and I had to shift over my position. And so, as a follower and having that power, it's about respecting other strengths. It's about knowing when to step back, and it's knowing when to step up. That's the power of the follower. So that's important for you to always remember. And then these are just some keys that I wanted to share with you on today about being a good follower. So I thank you for your time and your attention. And you can also connect with me on LinkedIn. Thank you so much again, Girl Great. Bye.